Talks with UFC President Dana White, who has a special announcement.
So this is the last time I'm ever going to tell this story. I promised to the gentleman that will be coming out here in a minute. But about 8 years ago, I went on vacation back to Boston. And I wanted nothing to do with fighting. I just wanted to relax and hang out. And then I found out there was a fight going on that weekend. And the only reason I went to this fight is because a guy named Drew Fickett, who we were looking at for season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, was going to fight me. I went to watch the fight, and he fought a guy with a record of 2-1 who was much smaller than him. And when the fight was over, I thought that guy had actually won the fight. Went back to the locker room, I talked to him, I said, we got this new reality show coming out called The Ultimate Fighter. I'd like you to come try out for it. Well, not only did he try out, he made it, and from there he actually made it to the finals of season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter. From there he went on to compete in 4 different weight classes, fought for 3 world titles, and won 9 of his last 12 fights in the UFC. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to announce the retirement of Kenny Florian.
Kenny Florian. I was a chubby 185. My next weight class was at welterweight.
Amazing how much different Florian looks
155.
from when he was on The Ultimate Fighter competing at 185.
Featherweight debut at 145.
Kenny Florian has finished the 2nd most UFC fights by submission in the history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Florian has submitted Joe Stevenson!
Guys, don't turn your back on me. Not a good idea.
Gotta watch the elbows of Kenny Florian.
You have to be smart. You have to fight with your brain. Came out on TV and said, I'm coming in here and I'm finishing people. And that's exactly what he did.
Florian treating this business of fighting like a science, a warrior spirit, and tonight, a farewell to the Octagon.
So, had I not met him that night in Boston, who knows if he ever would have gotten to the UFC, or, you know, maybe it would have happened a lot later, but thank God it did. He's been an amazing fighter, an amazing ambassador for this sport and for this company, and now going on to bigger and better things as a commentator. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kenny Florian.
All right, thank you very much, Dana. Wow. All right, so I think first off here on behalf of all of the UFC fans worldwide, thank you for everything that you put forth for us in terms of your performances. You were a great ambassador for the UFC and will continue to be. Congratulations on a fine career.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. You know, I don't know what I would have done if Dana wasn't there. You know, I was at the right place at the right time, and all I wanted really to do at that time was just become a martial artist full time, you know, and it wasn't until after The Ultimate Fighter that really decided that I wanted to be a pro fighter, and I'm just so thankful to the UFC and everybody here at Zuffa for everything they've done. You know, it's crazy. Fighting found me, and I'm a much better person because of it. Everything, I'm happy.
I love you, Kenny.
Yeah, we all love Kenny, right? All right, so how long have you been grappling with this decision to ultimately hang up the gloves for you?
You know, I've dealt with injuries in the past, and you know, back in November I was back into training and hurt my back working out, and just hasn't quite been the same, you know. So been dealing with it, been trying to get back and doing rehab and things like that, and a few weeks ago kind of re-injured it again, and so it's been tough, man. You know, just haven't been able to train. And I've always been that person. I don't want to do anything, you know, half-assed. If I'm going to train for a fight, I'm going to be trained doing what I'm doing. I want to be able to do it 100%. And you know, if I'm not able to do those things, then I can't really do it. So it's been several months. It's been very, very hard. You know, your identity becomes what you do, and it's been tough.
So your UFC legacy is certainly a long one. The only fighter to compete in 4 different weight classes. Dana mentioned the 3 title fights, 7 rear naked chokes in the UFC, one of the highest finishing percentages we will probably ever see in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. what is your crowning achievement? What is maybe the fight or fights that you'll look back upon, you know, with pride?
I don't know, you know, I was very critical of myself every time I fought, but there's so many great moments, you know, even in losses and things that I remember, and just, it's hard, but maybe, I don't know, it's hard to pinpoint one
Joe
moment.
Stevenson, UFC 91, co-main, I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great moments, that was definitely one of them, but, you know, I miss really just being able to train and getting ready, having these butterflies before the weigh-ins or before going out to fight. Just an amazing feeling, and it's hard to pick one.
All right, so as you transition to life after fighting, what are you going to be doing?
You know, I'm so thankful that I'm able to do commentary and do shows like UFC Tonight and do things like that here for the UFC and for Fuel and Fox, and so I'm definitely going to be busy doing stuff on TV for this sport. Going to be coaching, opening up. I live out in LA now, so I'm opening up a gym out in the LA area at some point soon. Have my gym back in Boston. Going to be getting a blog going. I'm just real passionate about health and nutrition, and hopefully be trying to push that as well.
All right, well, it's an honor to call fights with you. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the UFC veteran, Kenny Florian.
For you been like just your whole career in the UFC?
You know, unbelievable. I'm very thankful that I've had a good long career, that I was able to, you know, accomplish a lot of great things in the sport. You know, originally I got into this and I had no idea that I was going to be a professional mixed martial arts fighter. I just wanted to be really just a martial artist, and it turned into a mixed martial artist career here with the best organization in the world, and I'm just very thankful for that and all the opportunities that have come from it.
How hard was it for you to come to this decision?
You know, it took several months of really coming to grips with it. You know, it's been difficult, but luckily I have a lot of other opportunities, and you know, I'm glad that I'm still relatively healthy and can pursue other things.
Sean Shirk, BJ Penn, Jose Aldo. Who is the biggest fight for you?
Well, they're all big fights for sure. You know, the biggest fight was probably the one with Aldo, and the toughest fight was probably the BJ Penn fight.
Also, you were in the Ultimate Fighter Season 1. There came so many big names out of that season. What was that experience like for you, and becoming, I guess, one of the founding fathers of the UFC and what it's come to today?
It was awesome, you know. Back then, again, I kind of went into it with just open eyes, just saw it as a fun experience. Again, it really wasn't until after that experience that I said, all right, I want to be a professional mixed martial arts fighter. I just saw it as a kind of a cool opportunity. I was a little guy fighting guys at 185. I was 178 pounds, and I was like, all right, let's try this Ultimate Fighter thing. Let's see what happens, and here we are. You know, it's been an amazing trip, and just had a great time.
Dana said that he had met you back in Boston. Can you tell us about that meeting and what happened then?
Yeah, he got my record wrong, which is unfortunate. But I was 3-0. I was about to fight this guy Drew Fickett, who had I think 30 fights, had one of the best records in the welterweight division at the time, and Dana was scouting him, as he said, and we were fighting for this main event in Boston. He happened to be in town, and again, I was fighting above my weight class at 175, and yeah, we just had an absolute war, and I ended up losing a split decision. You know, I thought I won or whatever, and Dana came backstage and told me about this show he wanted to do, The Ultimate Fighter, and wanted me to try out for it, and I was still, you know, so ticked off that I lost that I kind of was just, whatever, and kind of walked away. And in the end, you know, he told my brother, he's like, have Kenny send in an interview or a video or something so the producers can see it. And I ended up sending like a DVD in like 2 weeks later or something like that, where I'm teaching. And they called me back, and, you know, they brought me out to Vegas for these rounds of interviews, and I got on the show.
You had said in your speech here that you might actually go open a gym in LA. What are the plans with that?
Yeah, you know, I have a gym in Boston, Florian Martial Arts Center, and I'm going to be opening up a gym in LA hopefully soon, and you know, be able to be out there. I live out there now, and definitely want to spread you know, my knowledge and my experience in mixed martial arts, and teach just regular folk, you know, mixed martial arts, and also hopefully start and be able to mentor other professional mixed martial arts fighters and hopefully get them, you know, all the way to the top.
Also, you fought obviously in 4 different weight classes, and you have one of the highest percentages finishes with your submissions. What do you feel that propels you into the UFC Hall of Fame coming soon?
I don't know. You know, I really don't think about that. It's funny. Again, looking back in my career, I wish I was able to be a belt holder and all those things, but just again, it sounds cliche, but to have the opportunity to fight at the highest level was really it for me. You know, that was, you know, what I wanted all along. I learned so much from that experience. It's ridiculous. Just the wins, the losses, the training, and, you know, persevering, and all those things. It's, you know, those things are priceless.
How have you seen the UFC change since you started?
A tremendous amount. You're seeing better and better athletes all the time, guys who are seasoned already coming in here with a tremendous amount of experience. You know, I don't think mixed martial arts has been streamlined just yet as far as, you know, what the protocols are for training and this and that, but it's getting there, and you see guys are finding the true, you know, the real methods of how to train for a mixed martial arts fight. It's still kind of in that experimentation phase, but we're seeing some unbelievable athletes in this sport at the highest level. You see the George St. Pierre's, the John Jones. That's going to be standard, you know, across the board in a few more years, and that's exciting. And I'm glad that I'm not saying goodbye to the sport in that way, that I get a chance to be a part of it. And I never wanted to be that guy that, you know, said, the sport used to be this way, you know, and that. And I'm going to keep studying and hopefully be able to tell you guys, you know, what it's going to be like and how it's going to be, and all those things. So it's definitely an exciting time to be a fan of the sport.
Kenny, what made you decide to come out and officially announce it? You could have just hung out and who knows if the back feels better like in a year or whatever.
I know.
Why go ahead and make an official announcement?
You know, it's something I've been grappling with for a little while, ever since I injured my back, you know, and I think that any inkling of returning was kind of killed a few weeks ago when I re-injured it, and you know, the doctors kind of told me it would be something that would, you know, be with me, you know, for a while, and so I kind of have experimented with it, and it's been, I know, since November, you know, that I've been, you know, grappling with this, no pun, and it's been tough, man, you know. So right now I have so many other opportunities coming my way, and you know, when I look at it, I look back at my career, I had a great career, and now it's kind of time to pursue other things and go that route.
Is there anything besides the title you feel like you're letting on the table, or is that really the only thing that you walk away saying I didn't do?
You know, if I really could do everything, I wish I just had more time. You know, I wish I started training for mixed martial arts earlier, but other than that, you know, again, back then it wasn't what I was feeling. I just wanted to, you know, back then I just wanted to put on a gi every day. That was the only thing I wanted to do, and I was content making $500 a month, you know, and that was it.
You still do that? I mean, will the back at least allow you to
yeah, you know, I'm definitely, I'm limited to what I can do. And that's the thing. I'm used to training 2 or 3 times a day, 6 days a week. That's what I did without fail, whether I'm training for a fight or not. And I'm not going to be that guy who just trains when he has a fight, or going to be able to. I train, you know, Monday through Thursday, but you know, I can't really train Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I never want to be that guy. I want to be able to commit to it, and you know, if I'm having trouble being able to go for a jog, you know, that's a sign that I can't physically, you know, perform like I was before.
Have any of your Boston friends or family given you any heat for moving out to LA?
Yeah, my family for sure. I'm the only one who's really out of the New England area. So my mom was, she wasn't so happy. She still cries about it, but you know, she's an emotional lady.
How are you enjoying LA compared to Boston?
It's fun, man. I love it. I miss my family and stuff like that. It's a different culture out there, but the weather has been amazing, you know. So dealing with that, still trying to, you know, get used to everything out there.
Have you narrowed down an area possibly where your gym might open up?
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at a couple areas and a couple gyms that I may take over. So we'll see.
You plan to build a sort of a fight team and do that?
I would love to.
Thing?
I would love to mentor fighters. You know, personally as a coach, that'd be something that would be great. I know I've developed some good ways to train for fights in the past. I think that was something that gave me an edge out there for a few years of finding certain training methods and ways to prepare for fights and scout fighters out, and I'd love to be able to share that and see and improve on that and see fighters go all the way. You know.